As a senior golfer, it'd be crazy for me to hit even some pitch shots without going through a proper physical warm-up routine so that I can prepare my body for the rigors and the challenges of swinging a golf club. It's going to reduce the chance of injury and give myself the best chance of optimal performance. So this morning I went through a 10-minute routine, and you can download this routine. It's our best golf warm-up for senior golfers. You can download it straight to your phone or your favorite device for future reference. And you can do this routine on the range before you hit, or if you're self-conscious at all, you can do it at home before you leave the house or in the locker room. Now, we recommend this routine for all senior golfers, but in fact, every golfer is going to benefit from going through a proper physical warm-up routine before playing. Let's have a look, see what I did. Now, these are low impact exercises, so there should be no pain. So if anything does hurt, please cease immediately. And even though they are low impact, you should always consult your healthcare professional before undertaking any exercise program. Welcome to Aussie Golf Pros, where we help you be the best golfer you can be. Let's begin with some general exercises just to get the blood coursing through the system and warm the core temperature up of your body. So starting with high knee lifts and then going into some giant arm circles or backward windmills, and then into some jumping jacks. Just 5 to 7 of each of these just to generally warm up the body. Right, we're going to start from the ground up. We'll start with the ankles and lower leg, just some heel toe raises. Again, just a few reps of each, not high impact, just warming things up. Now into the legs still, some squats. Go down as far as you can that's comfortable. Nothing here should hurt. So if anything hurts, just stop and move on to the next exercise. And now some dynamic stretches, not static. So we're not holding any stretches here. Dynamic stretches, so we're just stretching the back of the leg, the hamstring, and having a little jog in between so that we're continually warming up that core temperature. You just push your arm through, opposite arm to leg, and that'll give you a gentle stretch on the back of your leg there, dynamically. And now another dynamic stretch, we're going to go into the dynamic quad stretch. Now you might need some support here, so you can use a club or the back of a chair. And again, just 5 of these, just a little dynamic stretch of the front of the thigh, and then onto the other side. So every exercise you need to do both sides. We want to just work on symmetry here and keep things nice and even. So what exercises do you do? Share your favourite exercises below. We'd love to hear from you. Again, keeping the club or back of a chair for support, we're getting into the glutes. We want to fire the glutes. They switch off when we're sitting. These are called donkey kicks. You can attack your glutes from different angles, go wider to get your glute medius, straight back for your glute maximus. Now into the glute medius again with a band. Now you can do these without a band. Just some duck walks there just to fire up those glutes again. And these are just some simple supine bridges. Supine just means you're on your back. So you can do these one-legged if you're up for it, but your two-legged is fine. Doesn't have to be high impact or anything. All right, one more glute exercise. Point your toe in here. So notice I've got my left toe pointed downwards. That helps you to really attack the glutes. Again, just doing 5, but you'll feel a burn in your side of your backside here. That's the glute medius. 5 on one side and then 5 on the other. Again, just pushing that toe down just to fire up the muscles and isolate the glutes a bit better. Well, these are called knee drops. These are still firing the glutes, but there's more to do with a dynamic stretch of the hips. So as you go one side, you're internally rotating one leg or one hip and then externally rotating the other. So 5 each side again, and the hips will be really starting to be mobile because obviously we want them to be able to turn in the golf swing. Now onto your back, we're getting into the core now. That's important for form here. Push your tummy down, push your lower back into the ground. You see I'm doing that before each leg raise. This is with the knees bent, and then straighten them out. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Again, pushing the lower back down to the ground and engaging your core. And this is a really good lower back stretch too. Again, dynamic. But yeah, just activating those core muscles for stability in the golf swing. Really important. Now you can have your arms raised to the sky, but if you need the support, just have them down on the ground there with the palms down. Right, back into a seated position. We're just using an object, lightweight. If I was doing a full workout, then I'd use a medicine ball, something quite heavy. So these are really good for working the core and the oblique muscles, and obviously it's a rotational exercise, so great preparation for the golf swing. Just 5 each side again, and then standing into some standing side bends. Now you can add to this by using your other arm just to go for a little bit of a rib stretch too. So if you bend to the left, then lift your right arm above your head and vice versa. But again, we're just working the core, getting those oblique muscles and side stomach muscles firing up, which we're definitely going to be using those in the golf swing. Right, onto the lower back. These are called cat-cows. So obviously it's a yoga move, otherwise known as cats and dogs. Great for just mobilizing the lower back. Nice and gentle, shouldn't hurt, any pain. Just stop, move to the next one. But this is getting that pelvis to move. Now into some lower back extensions. Keep the back nice and straight here. It's really important to have good form and keep the back nice and safe. And just go down as far as comfortable and then up to a standing position, warming up that lower back. Now these are a little bit more challenging, nice and wide. I'll go a little bit wider in a minute, but just start where you're comfortable and see if you can reach each toe with your opposite hand. And as you do, you're rotating the torso and reaching up with the other arm. So just keeping bent forward throughout the exercise, and this is great rotation exercise for the lower back and warming that up. Now we move into the upper back, really important. Now you don't need to use the resistance band for this one. You can just lunge back, so step backwards, just as far as is comfortable. You don't want to be losing your balance, but then turning towards your front knee. So notice how I've got my right knee forward, I'm turning to the right. Left knee forward, turning to the left. And this is just a light band, just to add a little bit of resistance, and that helps to increase muscle strength and power output over time. But if you don't have a band, just go ahead and do the exercise without the band. Now this is called an A-frame stretch. Still on the upper back. Lock your forearm in between your knees, so your legs are quite wide apart there. And you can see here I'm just using the arm to help my upper back rotate. Now the reason we've got that one arm between the knees is because it stabilizes the lower back. We're really isolating the upper thoracic area here. Great rotation, and we really want that upper back to be mobile in the golf swing. Onto the shoulders. These are called saws. I'm doing these in different directions. So palms face each other, then palms up, then palms down. It warms up the shoulders in different directions. And keep your elbows really close to your side. And then we go lateral saws. Again, the 3 different directions with your hands to attack those shoulders from different positions. Quite fast, really super warm up this one. Comes from baseball actually, and obviously throwers really need to warm up their shoulders. Now I'm pulling the arms apart here, just swimming forwards and backwards with the elbows, and then pushing your hands together. Really push quite hard. You get out what you put in with these. So if you're pushing hard, then that's going to warm up your shoulders even more and help you with that power output. Now I'm pressing my palms really closely together, pushing, almost trying to squash a bug between, just in different positions. And then this little wind the clock drill, bring your fingertips all the way in towards your chest. And obviously that's going to warm up the wrists and the forearms. So we're not hanging on to each exercise very long, just doing a few. And now, again, with the band, if you don't have a band, then you can do some single bent over rows, just with a water bottle or something like that. But this is now warming up the rear shoulders in a seated position. And then again with the band, you don't need a band for this one, but it does help if you have one. Light resistance, really high with the hands. Keep your hands outside your elbows. Get those thumbs pointing outwards. Really great for posture. And we're firing those rear shoulder muscles. Now the neck, we do use the neck a lot in the golf swing. You might not realize it, but it's very easy to be a little bit stiff in this area. It's going to affect your rotation as you're trying to look at the ball. So we're just doing 5 reps each, up, down, then left and right, then side to side. You might hear some cracks in your neck here, but this is very important for warming yourself up ready for the golf swing. Now we're going to go diagonally up to the left and down to the right arm, and then looking high to the right and then down to the left arm. And your neck should really be much more mobile after just spending a minute or so on this simple exercise. Really does help. Right, let's wind down now. Just the last couple. These are called quad rockers. Start in your hands and knees, get your knees apart, and slide way forward and then way back into another yoga motion. It's called the child's pose. But we're not holding it. Again, a dynamic stretch of the back and the arms and the front of the legs. And now a wind down, and we're just going to relax into reclined butterfly pose. Arms are out, palms up. Place your soles of your feet together and just relax. Allow gravity just to push your knees down to the ground. You're not forcing this, but I want you to get your back flat on the ground, lower back, upper back, your head. Just sink into the floor and relax. And I want you to hold this for up to about a minute just to let everything settle down. Just concentrate on your breathing through your nose and you're ready. Let's head to the range and get that through our warm-up for playing on the golf course. Now my body feels loose and ready to go through my routine on the driving range, starting with some pitch shots, then working my way up through the bag to the driver, and then finishing off with some finesse shots so that I can hit the ground running on the first hole and hit my longest drives right from the start of the day rather than waiting for my body to warm up to get to the back nine. Now we mentioned static stretching, and there is definitely a place for static stretching, and that's for after your game of golf and when you're warmed up. So watch this video next. That's going to take you through a really great stretching program for senior golfers. There's your free download and it's in the description below. We look forward to your company next week. Thank you so much for watching. Are you the best golfer you can be?